Bassmaster Kayak Series was at the Kissimmee Chain of lakes this weekend. The results are in. We've got some pretty wild numbers and analytics we're going to go over first here. It's a pretty crazy event, man. Lots of fish were caught. It was an absolute slugfest, and there's some numbers that are just going to blow your mind. Absolutely blow your mind. Into it here, dude. Total fish submitted to the Tourney X leaderboard for this two-day event was 2,209. I mean, that is insane. Super wild. 119 limits were caught on day one, 117 on day two. 13,071 inches were caught on day one, and 11,238 inches on day two. That is crazy, man. That's just wild. Nuts, dude. Although day one would definitely prove to be a better day than day two as far as catching fish. On day one, only 23 people had zeroed out, and on day two, a total of 47 people had zeroed out. Almost doubled, more than doubled. For sure, if my Common Core math is correct. The average length was about the same for both days, 19 inches. There's a crazy stat here. Fish over 20 inches on day one, 66 of them were over 20 inches. On day two, an astonishing 93 bass were over 20 inches in length. That is crazy, man. That's just absolutely insane. What a weekend of fishing there, for sure. Like, nothing's going to make sponsors happy. You didn't see those kinds of numbers. Also, man, shout out to the TDs that had to check out all those fish. Dude, what a weekend, man. I would not want to be one of those guys. Shout out to them, though, for sure, man. If you see them, let them know, man. Good job, for sure. And then we're going to go ahead and compare this to the Havasu, which was the Bassmaster Kayak Series event number 1. Took place last month, probably just a couple weeks ago, actually. There they had 111 competitors. This tournament had 223. Quite the show out, though, for sure. So the total number of fish over 20 inches was only 8 at Lake Havasu and 159 in the Harris Chain. Now, mind you, the Harris Chain is like 9 lakes that you get to choose from, man. It's Florida, prime time. I don't know if it was fun or not. I didn't see anybody mention any of that in their pre-fishing videos. Be good to know, though, but Florida's just a special place. This was maybe it was just a special weekend. I've never fished Florida, so I'm not sure. But these are crazy numbers by the stats, for sure. And the biggest bass for Havasu was 21 3/4 of an inch. Still, that's a big fish. Big fish. And that's going to lead us right to the big bass for this Harris Chain of Length events. And then we're going to go to Jacob Berryhill. He got a massive 25-inch largemouth, dude. What a chunk of a head on that thing. I want to think eats like small children for breakfast. You know? But congrats to Jacob and his find and winning the big bass for the Kissimmee Chain event for the Bassmaster Kayak Series. Yeah, we've taken more than memory, man. Moosburg, Tennessee. This fish was caught on day 2 of the tourney. The competition was so tight that even after catching a giant fish, he would finish in 90th place with a 4-fish limit. And just to show you how insane the fishing was. Like, that's super competitive. You're catching a 25-inch fish, you're not placing inside the top 50. That's a weekend, man. That's a weekend of fish being smashed. And that'll take us into day 1. We got Chris Mitchell, Sharon Bishop, and Becky Robinson winning the day over the 100-inch mark. It'll be Becky who would finish on top. And no place you'd rather be heading into day 2, that's for sure, man. Congratulations to Becky. Winning one day is just an accomplishment in itself. That is awesome. That's awesome. And then day 2, although 2,000 inches less than day 1 would make it onto the Tourney X leaderboard, we would end the day 2 with 4 people over the 100-inch mark. Less inches were caught, but 27 more fish over 20 inches were caught. So totally to that day of 93 fish over 20 inches, which is just mind-boggling, man. Insane. Seth Venable, Guillermo Gonzalez, Sharon Bishop, and Robert Bound finished day 2 over the 100-inch mark. Sharon and Robert were over an unfathomable 104 inches. What in the is going on, man? 90 inches was only getting to 30 place. Absolutely mind-blowing. That's crazy. Being 90 inches and only getting 30th place. That's like enough to win most tournaments, 90 inches. Wow. Just wild, man. As we get to the finals here, I just want to say these competitors blew my predictions out of the water. I predicted a total of 189.5 inches, and that would have gotten you in 14th place. Numbers don't lie, man. Florida's special. This is a special place, special tournament. Maybe it was just a special weekend. I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers from previous events, but we're keeping track now. So we're going to see. Florida, dude, that's crazy, man. I don't know what's in the water down there, but somebody's going to figure it out. That's going to bring us to the top 10, where Casey Reed from Good, Virginia, would finish in 10th place with a 2-day total of 191.25 inches. Gosh. You can find him on YouTube at Casey Reed Fishing. That info was in his Tourney X bio, which is a good place to put that kind of information if you want someone to find out your social media stuff. for sure. Jeremy McClurkin from Tennessee finished ninth with a total of 191.25 inches. That still just blows my mind. And then legend Ken Wood, man, huge fan by the way, coming from Massachusetts, caught a 2-day total of 193.25 inches. That would put him in 8th place. What a day, man. Gene, one of the OGs from the YouTube scene, Jensen, who also known as the Fluke Master, proving once again he can put his money where his mouth is. 193.25 inches, and that would land him in 7th place. Congrats to Gene too, man. If Gene has any way inspires you to start kayak bass fishing or tournament fishing even, just write in the comments, man. Let me know. I'm kind of curious. I know he definitely had a spot for me for sure. Like he was one of the first ones I started following way back in the day. Definitely an OG in the YouTube scene. It's cool to watch him fish tournaments too. I think it's awesome. Then Ab Badanza, it's a lot of B's, man. You got double B's all up in your name. From Greensburg, Pennsylvania, caught a 2-day total worth 195.25 inches, putting him into a 6th place finish. Now we're going to get into the top 5, man. What an elite place to be. These competitors hammered it out for 2 days, man. In 5th place, we're going to Garrett Wade from Theodore, Alabama, man. He's a well-known hammer in the sport, and with a 2-day total of 195 inches, that was going to land him in 5th place. That was the jump he needed, man, from the 38th position from the Bassmaster Kayak Series from Lake Havasu a couple weeks ago. He will certainly be in contention for the AOI in 2025 with this stats. I mean, you know what I mean? Going from 38th to 5th, that's still good. As far as the AOI points go for the 2025 Kayak Bassmaster Series. That'll be good to see. And in 4th place was Anthony Winkman from Kentucky. He finished day 1 in 6th place, and in day 2 in 9th place. The consistency and never give up attitude will land him in 4th place position with a total of 196.75 inches. Congratulations to Anthony and his 66th finish inside the top 10 for his career, according to the Turning X leaderboard, of course. Finished 6th and 9th and ended up 4th overall. That's awesome. This goes to show you, like, don't stop. Like, numbers, anything can happen when you got 2 combined totals. You never know if the person's going to have a bad day, that had a good day on day 1 or not. I say with the AOI too, man. Never count yourself out. There's people that don't even win a tournament that don't win the AOI. It's happened. Oregon, Mario Romero did it. And then another comeback story for Guillermo Gonzalez from Texas. He finished 10th on day 1, but put the hammer down on day 2 and made his way up the leaderboard and finished day 2 in 3rd place, man. His 2-day total of a mind-blowing 199.5 inches to happen short of the 200 mark. Will land him in 2nd place, man. He got that grit, dude. You can't teach that stuff. That's impressive. Impressive for sure. Again, don't count yourself out, man. These tournaments go on for a reason. And the winner, man, taking home the big check, the big trophy, a whole lot of bragging rights, dude. He beat out 223 other competitors, man. Sherman Bishop from Florida wins it with a total of 204.75 inches, man. Getting over the 200 mark is tough, man. Tough to beat, even on lakes like Florida. Once you cross that 200 mark threshold, I imagine it's not easy to catch up with that. But he pulled off 2 second-place finishes in a row, dude. What a legend. And also, yeah, he's like, that's his deal, man. Florida fish and bass, he's like the man, obviously. Obviously. Like, there's no doubt in that. No doubt in that at all. So many fish caught, so many giants, so many competitors, man. I have no doubt that the sport of kayak bass fishing is here to stay. Will continue to grow. It's one of the greatest communities humans ever lived, man. I say until next time, Freds. Later.